Every story worth remembering begins the same way. Not with victory, with uncertainty, with a person standing at the edge of a life they no longer recognize, a road stretching into the darkness, and a choice that cannot be undone. Most people believe that transformation happens in a single moment. A speech, a breakthrough, a miracle. But it doesn't. It happens quietly. So quietly that most people never notice it. It begins the first time you refuse to betray yourself. With the first promise you keep when no one is watching. The first morning that you choose discipline over comfort. The first time you tell the truth when a lie would have been easier. The first time that fear whispers and you keep walking anyway. That is where the old world begins to die. Not outside of you, but inside. The rain has stopped. The clouds are beginning to break apart for the first time all night. And the sky is finally visible. Stars that were hidden only moments ago slowly emerged from the darkness. They were always there. You simply couldn't see them. Truth is often like that. It does not suddenly appear. It is revealed when the storm finally passes. And perhaps that is the lesson that was here all along. Not that the world was hiding reality from you, but that fear was. Comfort was. Distraction was. The person staring back from the mirror every morning was. And there comes a moment, not for everyone, but for the few who refuse to spend their lives asleep. A moment when something ancient awakens inside of them. Not rage, not ego, not ambition, mere conviction. The kind that cannot be borrowed from another man. The kind that survives failure. The kind that does not disappear when applause fades. It is quiet. It's steady. Unshakable. Like a mountain standing against the wind. That is the moment you stop asking, what if I fail? And begin asking, what if I never discover who I could have become? You see, one question creates fear, and the other creates movement. The world will not notice your transformation at first. The streets will look the same. The buildings will still stand. Morning, it'll still arrive. And people will continue rushing toward lives they never stopped to question. The machine keeps moving, and it always will. But something has changed. Not the world. You. The conversations no longer drain you. The distractions no longer tempt you. The opinions that once imprisoned you have become whispers carried away by the wind. Because the chains were never forged from steel. They were forged from your own belief. And belief can be broken. People spend their entire lives searching for someone to save them. A mentor, a leader, a hero, a savior, someone who will arrive with answers. But every great journey eventually reaches the same destination. The guide can only lead you to the door. No one could walk through it for you. There is no final teacher, no final lesson, just a decision. A decision to become responsible for your own mind, for your own actions, your own character, your own destiny. That is the crossing. That is the threshold. The horizon begins to glow, and darkness slowly surrenders to the morning. The first light spills across the earth, not with violence, but with certainty. The night never defeated the sun. It only delayed its arrival. And maybe that's what hope has always been. Not blind optimism, but knowing that light exists, even when you can't see it. You've walked through the prison. You've stared into the comfort of Wonderland. You've questioned your identity. You have learned to guard your attention. You have faced your own mind. And now comes the final test. Will you return to sleep? Or will you live to not a destination. It is a daily decision. Every sunrise and every conversation, every temptation, every moment you choose the man you are becoming over the man you used to be. That is the battle. It always was. People misunderstand what it means to become the one. It was never about being chosen. It was never about becoming greater than anybody else. It was about becoming whole and realizing who you are. When thought and action become one, when fear no longer decides your direction, when your value becomes visible in the way that you live, when your inner world and outer world finally speak the same language. That is power, not domination. Alignment. One day, years from now, you may not remember every word you've ever heard, and you may not remember every lesson, but perhaps you will remember a feeling, a quiet moment on an empty road, rain against the windshield, a city asleep beneath the weight of its own distractions, and a voice reminding you that the prison was never the world. The prison was forgetting who you were capable of becoming. So if there's one final thing worth carrying into the dawn, let it be this. Do not wait for another life. Do not wait for permission. Do not wait until fear disappears. Walk anyway. Build anyway. Love anyway. Stand anyway. And become anyway. Because the greatest victory was never escaping the system. It was refusing to surrender your own soul to it. And somewhere, just beyond the horizon, the man you've been searching for has been waiting since the beginning. He was never ahead of you. He was never behind you. He's always been with you and within